Dang, seems like Jimmy Kimmel kind of predicted a future Trump talking point. Lie Witness News, Canada's America's 51st state, which, you know, Trump's rhetoric with the 51st state stuff and annexing Canada and just threatening our sovereignty has absolutely driven a wedge between the two countries. And I don't think Canada's ever going to forgive the states. It's going to take a long time to repair that damage. Is absolutely irreparable what the Trump administration top down has done. And the arrogance, the entitlement, like, it's been on display. And it's not just Canada that's taken notice. And it's been pretty hilarious just watching tourism numbers tank and just seeing the perception of America somehow drop lower than it was, you know, preceding Trump, even though he was president before. But back to the Obama years and then going through to the first Trump presidency, which was, you know, a gong show. And then second one's even bumpier so far. So it's, yeah, interesting though that this phrase and kind of premise was already thought about 6 years prior. So let's get into it.
The NBA Finals, this is the first ever final between the U.S. and Canada, which of course is fun, but I want to point something out that's been bothering me, and it's the Raptors team slogan. Have you heard it? We the North. You see it everywhere. And besides it being bothersome from a grammar standpoint, Toronto...
No, it's not really bothersome at all.
...is not the North. Let me show you here.
Thanks, Tips.
Maine is the North. Montana is the North. Toronto is part of Canada. You know what part of Canada it is? It's the South part
Southern
of Canada.
Ontario, yeah.
I don't know why I have to point this out, but Canada is its own country.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's we the North. I would guess because the Toronto Raptors are the only NBA team in Canada. Just a thought.
Which Mexico doesn't say we the South, right, Guillermo?
That's right, Jimmy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought we could maybe have some fun with this. We went out on the street here in Hollywood and we asked pedestrians for their reactions to the news that Canada had just...
I'm guessing you could ask some of the American pedestrians, hey, did you know that Canada is America's 51st state? And some of them would say, what? Really? Wow, I didn't know that.
...become our 51st state. And of course...
Wait, what's the
Canada
question?
had just become
our 51st that's literally
state.
What they're going to do.
Okay. That did not happen. That's preposterous. But did that stop people from weighing in on it? Let's find out in tonight's Canada edition of Lie Witness News.
Lie Witness News.
How did you react to the news when you heard Canada is becoming a 51st state?
Surprised, honestly. I was a little surprised by it. I didn't know they wanted to be part of it, but they want to become part of the United States. So
yeah, we don't. Absolutely don't. You're right.
They're willing to help us out. We can help them. I don't see what the problem is.
What was your reaction to first hearing that Canada is becoming the 51st state?
I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could
Why are they saying like they've seen it before? They really are NPCs, aren't they?
choose from, they went with Canada. So that was kind of surprising to me.
What does Canada have to benefit now that they're going to be a 51st state?
Our freedoms. And
freedom of what? Get deported? To not be able to criticize Trump?
One other thing about America.
our guns.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good, bud. Absolutely not. We don't have, yeah. Nope.
A study said that every American is going to save an average of $1,000.
Okay, just a little side story here. We were watching a true crime story recently, and there's a young couple, and for all intents and purposes, they seem happy. So the story progresses, and the wife gets pregnant, and eventually, you know, what happens is the husband shoots her, and then he kind of stages it to make it look like it was an accident and that she was going to shoot him, and he had no choice. He was protecting himself. But we learn that both the husband and the wife keep a loaded handgun on their night tables. Like, it's in a case. It's not locked, but yeah, it's just like it's in a case on their night table. They have guns on their night tables in their bedroom. And us Canadians watching this were just absolutely flabbergasted. And then we keep watching this particular program, and the stories are predominantly in the States. And it's just so often a couple or a person has access to a firearm, and they shoot somebody, they murder somebody, they go away for life. And to us, it's like a different world. It's like an alien world. Having a pistol on your nightstand, thinking that that's a good idea, thinking that's going to protect you, when story after story, we have people getting shot by a family member or somebody close to them. And it's just like, what? It blew my mind. Handguns on the night table right next to you in bed. The stupidest, most asinine thing. Like, to me, it's just like, it just is another world. So Americans, keep your guns. You guys are, I guess you're built a little bit differently. Your obsession is with guns, but yeah, I don't know. That one, the guns on the nightstand thing. And they were in like decorative cases. Like it looks like a jewelry box almost on the nightstand, because we saw photos of the crime scene. And it was like, you thought that was a good idea, having a pistol when you're, everybody has big fights and arguments. When you get really pissed off, like, you think that's a good idea? Absolute idiocracy, man.
On maple syrup a year because the lack of tariffs. Are you excited about that?
I mean, I'm looking forward
It's
to it.
interesting that this video is mentioning the 51st state
Where were
and
you when you
tariffs.
found out the news that Canada
6 years
is
ago.
becoming a state?
I was drinking coffee at Starbucks and watching in my phone,
Liar!
social media and stuff. So I was like, wow, that's very shocking.
Were other people watching it in Starbucks?
Yeah, they actually were. And they were actually, some were like kind of mad. Cause
So, do they just not want to be embarrassed when they're getting interviewed for television, and then they just kind of make a little lie about this news that they've heard?
heard them cursing, and then the other ones were laughing, and the other ones just shocked.
It sounds like chaos.
It kind of felt like, but everybody's drinking coffee at the same time.
Where did you watch the coin toss where Donald Trump chose between Puerto Rico and Canada?
I was actually at that point at home, and drinking coffee, and I almost spit the coffee out. So I thought it was so hilarious. Yeah. So it was pretty funny.
Can you describe it to people who've never seen it?
Yeah, he was like all nice, smooth with his suit, with the power tie. Then he just went boom with one hand, and then went up. I don't know, I lost count how many times it went up, and then went back into it down. So it was pretty funny.
Welcome, Canada, to the United States.
Welcome, Canada. We love all you guys.
Canada, welcome to the United States. I thought you was a state all along. Sorry.
Welcome, Canada, and let's make Canada great again.
All right. Thanks for watching. If you like.
You know what? And it's annoying because that stupid phrase has invaded Canada's right and people that lean to the far right. Like, make Canada great again. They call them, like, one portion of that movement's Maple MAGA, and they support Trump, and they're obsessed with American politics. And listen, American politics, they affect us, but their allegiance to, the president of the United States is crazy. And then they want to secede. There's this secession movement in Alberta. They want to separate from Canada and become like Texas North sort of thing, which they already kind of are. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of interesting, kind of eerily predicting some future things. I don't know if Trump had ever used the 51st state phrase before this current term, but maybe he had. I don't know. All right. Let me know what you guys think. We'll see you soon.